This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com. Be sure to visit SoccerPro.com for all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for $10 off a $75 purchase, plus free shipping within the US. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com bringing you an unboxing video of a pair of Nike Green Speeds. A lot of you guys have been waiting for this, and I was able to get my hands on a pair early, so I decided to show you guys a couple days before the shoes actually goes up for sale, which is August 15th. Keep in mind there are only 2012 pairs made, so if you do want some information as to how to get a pair, just stay tuned till the end of the video and I'll give you guys some more information as far as getting a pair for yourself. But this is the box here that it comes in. It doesn't come in your standard orange Nike box. It comes in this clean cardboard look, recycled cardboard with these little green logos throughout. You have the Nike swoosh on the top, then of course you have the Nike Better World logo on the back of the box. I'll show you guys the label really quick. Obviously this is the Nike GS Concept, GS standing for Green Speed, and this is also a concept shoe. A lot of people are under the impression that this is a brand new release from Nike that everyone's going to be able to get. No, that's not the case. This is a concept shoe, not in production at all. Each pair is handmade, and there was only 2012 pairs made total for the entire world. So obviously I have pair 613 of 2012. The box is numbered as well as the shoe itself is numbered on the heel counter. I'll show you that a little bit later. And each pair is actually made in Italy, which is really nice. The quality is fantastic. I've already taken a look at them, but obviously here I have a size 9, and the colorway is Volt Black Black, which is the only colorway that they were released in. When you open up the lid here, you can see under the lid there's kind of this little spiel as far as what Nike Better World stands for, and it's generally about producing fantastic equipment while kind of being environmentally friendly, and through not only the materials that they use but through the manufacturing as well, which is kind of the whole concept behind the Nike Green Speed. If you look at the actual lip here underneath the lid here, it says engineered for superior athletic performance and lower environmental impact. And that's the whole concept behind the Nike Green Speed, is to create a shoe that not only performs at a high level but is very environmentally friendly, and not only the material that it uses but the manufacturing process itself. I'll get the shoes out of the box here really quick. Just to show you guys, fantastic product, really cool in person. So like I said guys, like I always say, if you want to check out the high quality pictures on my website, those will be available to you through a link in the description right to the review page. The high quality pictures will always give you a better idea of how these shoes actually look. I know that a lot of pictures have been released of the GS, but a lot of them are from Nike, and they kind of just give this supernatural look to the shoe that it's not always realistic of what they actually do look like in real life, but I can assure you that in real life they do look really cool as well. So go ahead and check out those pictures if you want a better idea of how these shoes actually do look in person, because they are pretty impressive. But I'll talk about the shoe itself here. You see at the front of the shoe here, it is a Kangalite upper. I'm sure plenty of you guys are familiar about this shoe, but I'll go over a bunch of the facts and why this particular material was used. You can see that it kind of starts here at this kind of cross joint kind of seam that they have stitched in here, that's covered by this kind of fused on rubber like material. I don't know how great you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. And it starts here, runs all the way around the toe and forefoot area, and then stops pretty much on the exact line on the other side where it's stitched as well. You can see it even flows through the tongue here, the first part of the tongue, and then that same stitching line kind of flows all the way through here. Really nice design, really unique. And the reason why Kangalite was used in this particular on this particular shoe is that it's manufactured with 35% less carbon emissions than your standard material would be. So like I said, this whole concept behind the Green Speed was to be a green, not only materials that it used but the manufacturing process. And Kangalite is just it takes less emissions, it's less carbon emissions to produce than any other material on the market. So that's why it was used in this particular situation. As far as the actual Kangalite itself, it's much thinner than what we've seen, even thinner than what's seen on the new CTR 360 Maestri 3. Really cool, really nice and soft. And it's something that's really unique. It's reminiscent, the shoe itself is reminiscent of the Mercurial line as far as comparing it to another Nike Silo. But it is a standalone shoe, but it's definitely cool that they incorporated Kangalite in this fashion on this particular shoe, and I'd be curious to see if they can incorporate Kangalite on the actual Mercurial itself in the future. As far as the quarter and the midfoot of the shoe goes, it's made out of recycled polyester. So just like the Nike jerseys, the polyester is made from 95% recycled water bottles. So while this material, it's kind of hard to say what it does look like online in the online photos. It's a recycled polyester, kind of woven, kind of like that tactile textile, sorry, material. Really nice, really thin. There's really nothing to it as far as anything goes. You can see it kind of buckles and everything right under, just from basically no pressure. And then it's kind of all supported here through this, like I said, this fused on rubber like material, even around the lace holes here, just to kind of keep it a little bit stronger while still maintaining that ultra light weight like that this shoe has. It has a very light weight. I've weighed the pair myself, the pair that I have here, and I weighed in at 5.95 ounces, brand new in a size 9. So very lightweight shoe, especially for how solid it actually does feel. You can see that the tongue as well is also this kind of woven polyester material. Really cool. Reminds me very much of the Flyknit, which I'll leave an annotation in the top left corner. It's a very, also a very limited release from Nike, as for right now anyways. But really cool technology incorporated in that shoe as well as this shoe. So go and check out that video if that does interest you. And then here is obviously the numbered heel counter here. Obviously 613 of 2012. Always cool to see the numbering on the outside of the shoe. We'll talk a little bit about the inside of the shoe as well, which is kind of less, there's less details as far as what's on here. But you can see in the heel and the kind of rim of the ankle here, you have this material that's very much, we haven't seen this material in a little while. And for those of you who have been fans of the Mercurial series, you're probably familiar with this material. It's the same one that we've seen used in, I believe the last version of this, the Mercurial to use this shoe was the Vapor 4, but we also seen something similar to this in the Vapor 3. So it's kind of that spongy perforated material, a little bit stiff at first, but at the end of the day it provides really good kind of traction on your heel. Your heel doesn't slide around very much, but it requires some break-in time to actually become comfortable, while still maintaining light weight. There's very little padding here, but this spongy material really does hold up well. It doesn't wear out, which is really great. And then you can see on the inside there's these kind of suede-like support bands that run through the inside of the shoe. And again, that's exactly what they do. They're support bands, not necessarily for your foot, but more for the upper itself from ripping when you are making those hard lateral movements. Then I'll take out the insole itself, which is kind of really revolutionary in itself. The insole is very thin, very simple, and extremely lightweight. It's very perforated, but it has a good thickness to it and has plenty of like density to it. And how Nike achieved that is they basically blended that pour-on material that we see in the through the inserts on a lot of their insoles, and they basically blended that into this particular insole. So while it's still very light, it still has that high density kind of feel that pour-on has, which is going to provide not only a super lightweight feel, but also plenty of responsiveness and plenty of cushioning to allow for plenty of comfort as well. You can see that it's stitched all the way through the inside. Really cool. And I don't know how great you guys can see inside here, but the toe board is actually on the inside. If you're not familiar with what the toe board is, it's like, you've probably seen it when you take out the insole and you see that material that kind of looks like glue, that glue material like flattened out really hard. And that's basically what the toe board is. And what's environmentally friendly about this particular toe board is it uses a brand new process where it's in a closed loop production line. So they basically form the toe board, cut it out, and then the excess material can be reused and to form more toe boards. So no material goes to waste at all. So really cool that they were able to do that. It's kind of a unique thing that nobody's ever really done before. So again, leave it to Nike to be the innovators in this particular situation. As far as the sole plate goes, this is again a very unique thing from Nike. The sole plate itself is made from 50% Pebax Renew, which is actually made from 97% castor beans, and the other 50% of the sole plate is made of Eco TPU, which is 15% lighter than your standard TPU material, while also being using more environmentally friendly materials to create that TPU material. So it's kind of a blend between the two. It's kind of a two-part sole plate as well. You can see that you have this darker black material, kind of shiny, running through the inside of the foot, and then that's really going to provide the stiffness to the shoe. It has this very harsh kind of ridge on the in the midfoot here to create that plenty of stiffness for support and kind of responsiveness in the shoe. And then you have this outside shell area, which is basically kind of the holder for the rest of the studs on the shoe. You can see they went with a very minimalistic sole plate as well. Very narrow through the midfoot here, which is actually true. I have tried the shoe on just to see how it felt, and it is fairly narrow through the midfoot. Similar fitting, like I said, to the Mercurial line. Then you have these harsh cutouts here on in the forefoot area that again, they're to shave weight, and it's kind of removing unnecessary material going along with performance, as well as saving the environment and kind of using less material. The sole plate itself here is very, very unique as well. They kind of, the stud pattern, they kind of got on with something that's reminiscent of the new Mercurial stud pattern, but a little bit different. You can see that you still have your 2 heel studs in the back here, but you have this extra stud here in the middle, which is kind of used as a braking stud. It's really, really cool. I've never seen anything like it on a soccer shoe, and I like the idea. And the concept is when you're actually braking really hard, your heels are generally touching the ground, and to have this extra stud as kind of like that braking stud to help you decelerate, I think is a really, really good idea, and it's something that's totally cool, we've never seen before, and something that I hope we see on a lot of future soccer shoes from Nike. It's a really cool concept. You can see that there's no holes in the studs either, but they're super stiff. There's really no flexibility in this particular stud at all. So as far as having issues with them breaking off or anything like that, you're not going to have that. You can see you have these 3 winged off support studs here, here, and here, and like I said, very, very solid. You're not going to have any issues with the studs breaking off or anything like that if you do choose to wear a pair that's as limited as this particular shoe is. But you're going to see that you have, again, similar to the Mercurial, you have these 4 main studs, obviously with those extra studs kind of taken out of this particular shoe. But just like the CTR 360 Maestro 2, we've seen some kind of included technologies that I'm sure we're going to see from Nike's shoes in the future as well. As far as their stud pattern goes, you have the all bladed studs on the outside here, which is these 2 bladed studs, and you have these kind of half moon shaped or half circle shaped studs on the instep here. And the concept behind this is to have that quick release that a conical stud will provide when you're actually planting your foot and pushing off, because you're always pushing off from the inside studs, whereas the outside studs are full blade, so you're never pushing off from the outside, and you don't need that conical movement or that kind of maneuverability. So the full bladed studs are going to provide that outright traction, where the inside studs are going to provide some traction, but the rounded section of the studs is going to provide that quick release, which is made for the best possible acceleration. Then of course you have this support bladed stud in the middle here. But that's pretty much it for the Nike Greenspeed, guys. Like I said, really, really cool, and I'll go on to weighing the shoe right now. As far as weight goes, these are extremely lightweight. Like I said, the concept behind the shoe is create the best possible performance shoe as well as being environmentally friendly. And they've definitely achieved that. The shoe itself is extremely lightweight. One of the lightest shoes Nike has ever produced, if not the lightest. I believe the listed weight for this particular shoe is 5.6 ounces, which, like I said, I have the size 9 here. They're brand new, never worn, no paper inside the shoe or anything like that, and I'll throw it on the scale for you guys in real time. I weighed them earlier and it said 5.95 ounces, and I got the same weight here, 5.95 ounces. I'm sure you guys can see that. So a little bit higher than the listed weight, but they most likely weighed the size 8 rather than the size 9. So like I said, not too much to worry about. The shoe is still very, very light, and that 0.35 ounces is something that you're never ever going to notice on your feet. But as far as the review on this particular shoe goes, there will not be a review. This is a collector's item. It's a limited edition shoe. There's only 2012 pairs made. They're handmade. It's not a production shoe by any means, and the likelihood of everybody getting this shoe is not going to happen. It's one of those shoes that's going to go up for sale on August 15th, and it's going to be gone in the same hour. So to review a pair just really doesn't make sense, and like I said, I don't intend on reviewing this particular pair. Should the shoe go on as a production shoe, I will definitely review the shoe. It's not going to be an issue. But as far as reviewing the actual Greenspeed shoe itself, there's not going to be anything like that. All that there's going to be on the review page is the high quality pictures as well as this video. As far as purchasing a pair of Greenspeeds, they're going to be going up for sale on August 15th. But if you click the link in the description to soccerreviewsforyou.com or just punch it in on your keyboard, you are going to find a giant Greenspeed countdown timer on the top right corner of the website, as well as buy it now links to every single website that's going to be having these shoes for sale. So go ahead and check out that countdown timer, guys. I believe it's going to be released in and around midnight on August 15th. So go ahead and check out that counter, and if you are interested in picking up a pair of these, you really want a pair, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you wait around right at that countdown timer and then just click the links from there. Use that page as a reference to get a pair of these shoes, because if you don't do it right at midnight, I guarantee you're not going to be able to get a pair, especially if you did want a pair just to collect or even to wear. That is the place where you want to do it. So like I said, soccerreviewsforyou.com. Check out that countdown timer. Go ahead and check the links out. If you your own knowledge, a lot of these websites were only allotted about 18 pairs, so they're very, very limited release. Like I said, 2012 pairs for the entire world. So the amount of shoes that actually the US got, or even Europe, is smaller, right? Because it had to be distributed throughout the entire world. So like I said, if you want a pair, wait around by that timer, and then as soon as it says go and buy a pair, because you're not going to be able to get a pair later on. That's pretty much it, guys. Again, if you want to check out those high quality pictures, there'll be a link in the description right to the review page on my website. Go ahead and check out the Facebook page, guys. Go and vote for what shoes you want to see unboxed in the future, or any of the other unboxing products, any other shoes, any other products that I have to unbox, sorry. When I have a lot of product in, I generally post it on Facebook, and I'll leave a poll now to see. So like from 2 days from now, I'll leave a poll on what product you guys want to see unboxed, or what video you want to see going up next, and whatever wins the poll, that's what's going to be going up that day. So go ahead and check that out, as well as any questions you guys have about this shoe, or leave that in the comments, and I'll try to get an answer to you guys. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the Nike Greenspeed. Very, very cool shoes. And thanks for watching, guys.